You walked into the room with the best idea, but someone else got the credit. Executive presence isn't talent. It's a skill. You walked into that meeting with a solid plan, clear data, and the right answer. But somehow, the room turned to someone else for the final call. Not because they were smarter. Not because they had better ideas. They just carried themselves differently. That invisible quality is called executive presence. And today, I'm going to break down exactly how you can build it even if nobody ever taught you how. Most people think executive presence means being the loudest voice in the room. It's actually the opposite. Watch any seasoned VP or C-suite leader in a tense meeting. They don't fidget. They don't rush to fill silence. They sit still, listen fully, and speak only when they've decided what to say. That pause before responding signals confidence more than any PowerPoint ever could. When someone challenges your idea, resist the urge to immediately defend yourself. Take a breath. Let 2 seconds of silence do the heavy lifting. A McKinsey study on leadership effectiveness found that leaders rated highest in presence spoke less than their peers, but their words carried significantly more weight. Stillness isn't passive. It's a deliberate choice to control the room by controlling yourself first. Nobody tells junior leaders this. It's not what you say, it's how certain you sound when you say it. Filler words destroy presence instantly. Every I think, every kind of and maybe we could chips away at how seriously people take your input. Compare these two statements. I think maybe we should consider shifting the timeline a bit. Now compare, we need to move the deadline to March 15th, and here's why. Same idea. Completely different impact. Record yourself in your next meeting and listen back. Most people are shocked by how many qualifiers they use without realizing it. Executive presence doesn't mean being arrogant or dismissive. It means removing the verbal clutter so your message lands clean. State your recommendation first, then give the reasoning. Never bury your point under 3 minutes of context that nobody asked for. There's a leader I worked with at a Fortune 500 company, let's call her Priya. She rarely spoke first in meetings. But when she did speak, everyone stopped typing and looked up. Why? Because she had a habit that most people completely overlook. She acknowledged other people's points before adding her own. Sarah made an important point about the customer risk. Building on that, this small move does 3 things at once. It shows you're actually listening, not just waiting for your turn to talk. It positions you as someone who synthesizes ideas, not just contributes them. And it makes allies out of the people you reference. Executive presence isn't about commanding attention through force. It's about earning it through how you engage with others. The leaders people respect most aren't the ones who talk over everyone. They're the ones who make everyone else feel heard and then move the room forward with clarity. A lot of talented managers stay invisible because they make good decisions quietly. Nobody sees the trade-offs they weighed or the risks they mitigated behind the scenes. If you want executive presence, you have to narrate your leadership out loud. When you send a project update, don't just say we're on track. Say we had a vendor delay last week, I made the call to bring in a backup supplier, and we recovered 2 of the 3 lost days. That one sentence shows judgment, initiative, and ownership all at once. Senior leaders aren't impressed by things going smoothly. They're impressed by how you handled the moment things went sideways. A director at Google once told me the best career advice she ever got was this: make your thinking visible so people can trust your judgment before they need to. Document your decisions in writing. Share your reasoning in Slack or email after key calls. Let people see how you think, not just what you decided. That's what builds trust at scale and makes you memorable in rooms you're not even in. Before you say a single word in any meeting, your body has already spoken for you. Crossed arms, slouched posture, eyes glued to your laptop, these tell the room you're either checked out or unsure of yourself. Executive presence starts with physical presence. Walk into a room like you belong there, not like you're apologizing for taking up space. Make eye contact before you speak. Sit with your shoulders back and your hands visible on the table. These aren't power moves from a self-help book. They're signals that say, I'm present, I'm prepared, and I'm ready to contribute. Research from Harvard psychologist Amy Cuddy showed that body language doesn't just influence how others perceive you, it changes how you perceive yourself. 2 minutes of open, expansive posture before a high-stakes meeting can measurably shift your confidence levels. Small physical adjustments compound over time into real transformation. You don't need a personality transplant to have presence. You need to stop undermining yourself with physical habits you're not even aware of. So here's what I want you to do right now, before you click away from this video. Pick one meeting this week. Just one. Go in with this intention: speak 20% less, eliminate one filler word you know you overuse, and acknowledge someone else's point before you add your own. That's the whole assignment. Executive presence isn't a gift that some people are born with and others aren't. It's a set of small, repeatable behaviors that anyone can practice starting today. Begin with one meeting. Then carry it into the next one. And before long, you won't be the person in the room with the right answer that nobody listens to. You'll be the person everyone turns to. I'll see you in the next one. That's a wrap, thanks for watching. If this gave you one idea you can use today, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next one.